Welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're getting into a really fascinating, maybe even a bit mysterious part of the brain, the limbic system.
That's right. And we've got a really unique take on it to unpack, looking at what it does, but also this provocative idea about it being hackable.
Yeah, hackable. Our source here is an audio clip from someone called Ricky Wiseman. He calls himself a Gnostic reasonist.
Hmm.
Apparently, he got started thinking about this from a TV show, then did his own digging into, medical stuff, biology, even Khan Academy for explanations.
So it's not just the standard neuroscience view, it's connecting biology with, well, much bigger questions about reality itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dig in. So first off, there's this really common idea about the pineal gland,
The
right?
third eye. Yeah, loads of ancient traditions talk about it like that. Inner vision, higher realms.
And the whole thing about it getting calcified,
Yeah.
potentially blocking that connection.
Right. But Wiseman, the source here, he actually started somewhere else. That TV show he watched, Ancient Aliens, he mentions. It suggested the thalamus might be the real eye of Horus.
Which is striking because if you look at a cross section, it really does look like the symbol.
It does have that resemblance, yeah.
And Wiseman noticed that, but also that there are two thalamies, which made him wonder,
Hmm?
hang on, are these the third and fourth eyes, maybe?
It's an interesting observation visually, but biologically, the thalamus isn't really an eye. Wiseman found this in his research too, likely from sources like Khan Academy. It's more like a central relay station
A relay station. For what?
for almost all the sensory information coming in. Sight, hearing, touch, it all passes through the thalamus, sitting there at the top of the brainstem before it goes to the higher parts of the brain, the cortex.
So it's sorting everything out.
Pretty much, it's absolutely vital for how we, decode reality. Its importance is really clear when you see that damage to the thalamus can actually lead to loss of consciousness.
Wow. Okay, so not an eye, but maybe even more fundamental to our experience.
Exactly. It's central to our awareness.
So how does this relay station fit into the bigger picture Wiseman was exploring? It sounds like his investigation sort of broadened out from just the thalamus.
It did. He started looking at the whole network. It's part of the limbic system.
Right.
And within that system, you've got other key players, like the hippocampus, for instance. It kind of surrounds the thalamus.
And the hippocampus is about memory, isn't it?
That's its main job, yeah. Taking our short-term experiences, the things happening right now, and helping turn them into long-term memories. Building our personal history.
Wiseman had a really interesting, maybe slightly dark analogy for that, didn't he? From Orwell.
He did, yeah. Winston Smith in 1984.
Hmm.
The guy whose job it was to literally rewrite old newspaper articles, change the historical record.
So Wiseman sees the hippocampus as potentially altering our memories, or at least being involved in how they get locked down, maybe imperfectly.
That seems to be his angle, yes. Thinking about how memories are formed and maybe how they could be, well, not quite accurate or even manipulated, makes you think, doesn't it? The gap between the event and the memory.
Definitely. Okay, so thalamus relaying senses,
Mm.
hippocampus handling memory. What else is in this limbic neighborhood?
Well, very closely connected, you have the hypothalamus.
Okay.
Its big job is regulating the autonomic nervous system, the ANS. That's your body's automatic stuff, like the fight or flight response. It's constantly scanning for danger signals and managing how your body reacts physically to stress.
Got it. Fight or flight controller.
And then tucked away near the ends of the hippocampus, you've got the amygdala.
Ah, the amygdala. That one comes up a lot with emotions.
Absolutely. It has a huge influence on our emotions and our physical reactions tied to them. So when the amygdala is really active, that's linked strongly to things like anger, violence, fear, anxiety.
Yeah.
Really powerful emotions.
Intense stuff.
But what's fascinating, and Wiseman points this out, is what happens if it's damaged. He mentions Cleaver-Bucy syndrome. It's rare, but if the temporal lobes, including the amygdala, are damaged, you can get the complete opposite effect.
Opposite how?
People become incredibly mellow, almost too mellow. They might show hyperorality, like always putting things in their mouth, overeating, overdrinking, also hypersexuality, and just generally disinhibited behavior.
Wow. So it's like the filters just gone, the emotional break.
Kind of, yeah. It's as if the brain's natural caution or emotional regulation system is switched off. You might just think they're super relaxed, but it's actually neurological damage.
That's wild.
And Wiseman connects this back to fear responses, too. He notes that fear isn't just automatic, it's often learned and memorized, which, makes you think immediately of things like PTSD.
Right, where a past fear gets locked in and keeps triggering that amygdala response.
Exactly. That memory gets stored within this system.
Okay, so let's pull this together. We've got the thalamus relaying senses, the hippocampus doing memory, the hypothalamus handling fight or flight, and the amygdala driving emotions and fear. Wiseman sees all this working together. How? What's his big takeaway?
Well, his conclusion, looking at all these pieces, is that this whole limbic system, thalamus, hippocampus, hypothalamus, amygdala, it functions as our brain's reality decoder.
Reality decode.
Yeah. In his words, it's the part that plugs you into the matrix, the system that constructs our experience of reality from all that sensory input, memory, and emotion.
Okay, plugs you into the matrix.
Eh,
And that leads directly to his most out there claim, doesn't it?
It does. His central idea, the really provocative one, is that this system, our reality decoder, that's where you're going to be hacked.
Hacked. Now, obviously, that's not standard neuroscience talk.
No, definitely not. But it makes you stop and think about just how much the system shapes what we perceive as real, and maybe, just maybe, how that perception could be influenced.
And what kind of hacking does he actually imagine?
He gives a couple of examples. One is about memory manipulation. Like you put your keys down, you turn around, they're gone, nobody else is there. You start doubting yourself, right? Where did they go? Did I move them? Did I imagine putting them there?
That feeling of questioning your own memory.
Exactly. He suggests that could be a subtle way external forces might mess with your memory, your perceived reality.
Okay, subtle memory glitches. What else?
He goes further, suggesting direct manipulation of behavior and emotion. He talks about these external forces. He uses the Gnostic term archons, which are often seen as sort of deceptive, maybe demonic beings,
Okay.
and suggests they could create situations specifically designed to trigger your amygdala.
Trigger it how? To make you angry.
To make you angry, yeah, or fearful. Or potentially to induce that weirdly mellow, disinhibited state associated with amygdala damage, almost like dampening your natural responses. He even mentions awakened people feeling like their reality is being actively altered by these kinds of influences.
So, external forces actively messing with our emotional responses and behavior via the limbic system. That's quite a leap.
It's a huge leap from conventional science, absolutely. But it shows where his thinking goes, connecting these biological systems to much more esoteric ideas.
And his curiosity didn't stop there, right? He started questioning the system's origins, too.
Yeah, he throws out some really big questions, like, did this limbic system just evolve naturally, or could parts of it, maybe the thalamus specifically, have been, well, implanted or genetically engineered somehow?
Again, framing these as questions he's pondering, not as statements of fact.
Right. Purely speculative on his part, based on his interpretation.
And this led him to want to research a couple of specific things further.
Two things in particular caught his attention. First, smell and taste. Why do those senses seem to bypass the thalamus, the main relay station? Olfactory information goes more directly to the cortex. He finds that curious.
Interesting. And the second thing,
The evolutionary timeline. He wants to look into how the human limbic system developed compared to other animals. Does its evolution tell us anything unusual?
so this whole exploration leaves us with a lot of questions hanging in the air, prompted by Wiseman's perspective.
Definitely. Questions like, can we consciously change how this system works? Are there external things, like frequencies maybe, that could affect it?
Could we train other parts of our brain to, I don't know, override it? Does diet matter? Thinking back to that pineal gland calcification idea.
Yeah, all those implied questions about our own agency within this biological system. How much control do we really have over our internal reality decoder?
So to sum up this deep dive then, we've explored Ricky Wiseman's view of the limbic system as this matrix decoder, the network connecting our senses, memories, emotions, and in his view, a potential target for manipulation, for hacking.
Right. And understanding this system, from his perspective, raises this really profound question he leaves us with. It's about the nature of the, quote, battle to control your own reality, your own perception. How much of that internal battle can actually be won?
It really invites you to think about awareness, control, and what shapes your personal experience of the world.
What does it mean to be truly plugged in or maybe truly free?
Definitely some heavy food for thought there. We encourage you, as always, to maybe do your own digging into the brain, into perception, see where it takes you. Until next time, stay curious.